Our Parade of Homes tour continues. We have landed in Belle River as part of the Windsor-Essex Home Builders Association Parade of Homes tour. And I'm with, well, I should say, our future president, Brent. You're coming in as, well, you're vice president now, but coming in as president very soon. The clock is ticking. That AGM will be right around the corner.
That's absolutely wild. Hard to believe, but yeah, it should make for some interesting years up ahead.
I know. And okay, so the first question I have for you, coming in as a fairly new EO, I've been here for about a year now, are you the BK in the Cornerstone?
I am not the BK in the Cornerstone. A lot of people wonder because obviously Brent Klundert, but my dad's name is also Ben Klundert. And it didn't actually even start out that way. It started out actually in the 1950s with my grandfather. He immigrated from Holland and started building residential homes here in Windsor-Essex County. And as time went on, my dad and my uncles got into the trade. They ended up building their own houses. Then from there, my dad started in 1987, Ben Klundert and Son, which morphed into BK Cornerstone in 2001. And here we find ourselves today.
So this is in your blood. Like, you have been in the industry forever.
Definitely. It's funny when we go back through like the home builder archives and stuff like that, and it's like, oh yeah, there's me at like 17 and that kind of thing, right? So it's really funny because I have grown up in the industry. I've learned, we used to build homes and do everything ourselves on them. So I actually learned from the ground up construction, which is not typical nowadays. Like, most home builders have got in and subcontracted the majority of things and maybe have understandings of bits and pieces, but not brought up in the actual trade building from the ground up.
Let's talk about the trades for a moment, and that you at BK Cornerstone also do things a little bit differently. It's not that you have trades and you bring them all in, and suppliers, you bring them all in. You have a lot of in-house staff that is literally the cornerstone of all of your construction.
Yeah, going back again to my dad coming up in it, we always put a lot of emphasis on having a great team. And that great team extends to the tradespeople, to the laborers, everybody that works for our company. Come in, and we have aspirations for them to move up in the company. We have a lot of, trained professionals, so people with a red seal, carpenters that have their seal. We have apprentices working on it, working their way up. We have people coming in, co-op students. We deal a lot with the college. I'm actually at the board at the college to try and bring, more people into the trades and also teach them the correct way to build and to develop their skill set.
This is why Brent is going to be the future president at the HBA. There you go. No, that's so important, because trades, there will be a shortage. There is a shortage. And so that forward thinking makes a huge, huge difference.
It's funny because back, I like to refer to when I came through high school, everything was about post-secondary education. And we put this huge emphasis on you have to go to university. If you have good grades, you have to go to university. And somehow we shifted away from, we need trades, but we need people to do the work, and they're great paying jobs. They're jobs that provide excellent careers for people and a good living. And it's great to get in and talk to students and get them fired up and excited about coming into the trades, because there's a lot of people that can't sit behind a desk. They're better off working with their hands, seeing what they did at the end of the day, and it provides a really good motivation for them to continue on in their school, but also have a path forward to make a career out of the trades.
Totally. And speaking of a career in the trades, I feel as though this is your subdivision in Belle River, and it's beautiful. And what I love about it is that when I look at this area, and you're expanding, I mean, you've got the middle, I'll call this the middle, I guess, but from the one end to the other, you are going to be expanding into, what phase would that be?
So we are extending into phase 5 on the east side, and then on the west side, it's actually the extension of our Cooper's Mill development. So we haven't named it quite yet, but it'll be an extension of the townhomes that we were doing in Cooper's Mill, which was kind of the first of this Windsor-Essex area. So we have 120 townhomes slotted for that side, and then we're going to continue on with single families and hopefully some other mix of housing as we work through the approval process out here.
And I love that when you look out here, no house is alike. Everything is so different. At BK Cornerstone, you have a really tight, amazing process. Do you want to walk me through that? Because this would be the Stratford home. It's a production home. What does that mean?
So we have gone to more of a production style, but we wanted to differentiate our subdivisions. We didn't want our houses to be cookie cutter, one after another, the same. So what we did is we came up with a set of plans that really have great features to them. We've maximized the efficiency in them, And we've also given them each 3 or 4 different front elevations. So this elevation on this house is a craftsman style elevation. You notice with the James Hardy, there's craft stone skirting. It's a craftsman style, but then down the road you'll see the actual same floor plan, but a different elevation, a French country elevation, pulling different, French country architecture out and applying it. So that way we have these subdivisions that, the houses look a little bit different. Townhomes, a little bit different story. Obviously, we're looking for, a similar look through the townhomes, but when it comes to the subdivisions around here, we try and have that differentiation.
And it gives everyone their own unique perspective. That I really enjoy. It's very different. But the production style of how you can go in, and we can go into the office. So if I was going to contact you to build a home or to walk me through that process, do I make an appointment? Should I come into the office? What should I do?
So we do have our own sales staff, but the easiest way to reach out, actually, we have a really nice platform on our website. So bkcornerstone.com, and there's actually a sales portion of it. So you can log in, enter your information, and you'll be contacted immediately by part of our sales team. They'll bring you in and start the meeting process and find out, which home is right for you and your family, if you do have a family. And then also we do our selection. So there is a lot of customization that occurs on the house. It's just the floor plans and the elevations are what's set. But as far as picking your colors and, your hardwoods versus your tiles or LVP, there's a lot of options within there that we do at our offices on
Deseret.
The
fun part.
Yeah,
That's what I like,
part.
the fun part. Come in and make
Exactly.
all those decisions. Okay, one thing I also want to mention is about energy. You don't build at grade. You build above and beyond for the future. I think it's like forward thinking for sustainability.
So we are an EnergyStar builder. We were one of the first in the area, and it's always been a big priority. For my dad building, he was actually one of the first R2000 builders in the mid-'80s. From there,
That's going back.
yeah, that's going back. That has stayed a big priority in our building. So in 2006, we started with the EnergyStar program, and the EnergyStar program is always 15% better than your code-built house. So where the Ontario Building Code is currently at, the EnergyStar code has to be 15% better. So how they differentiate that is there has to be 15% consumption reduction in an EnergyStar home. And the nice part about it is you're getting products put into the home that are better products. They have a better lifespan. So you're getting a better built house with better products in it that's more sustainable, and you have a third party that's coming in to verify it. We can't just say, check mark, we get an EnergyStar now. No, we have to hire a company to come in and say, yes, this house follows the correct criteria to make it an EnergyStar house, and we get an air test done. We can tell you that we build the best houses and we pay attention to detail, but when we actually have to have an air test, it's the best way to check it. It's the best way to make sure that we're doing the job that we promised we'd do.
Yeah.
So it's always been, again, just building a little bit better product has always been a goal of ours. We're currently on the net zero platform. So we did a pilot project back in 2015. We're coming up to doing now a fully net zero home that we'll hopefully have in 2024. That'll be one of a few in the area, but again, just pushing that envelope. How can we do it better?
That's where the future's going. Absolutely. Thank you so much. It's always such a pleasure to chat with you, Brent. Before we go too, I wanted to make mention, we have really changed things at the Windsor-Essex Home Builders Association. Like you can see, our membership has been growing and growing and growing. And I think that's for a reason of, people come to the meetings, people see what we're doing, people share knowledge like what you've been talking about. But why do you think we're growing? What's the value of membership to you?
There's a lot. There's a lot to unpack there. I think right now we have a buzz. Obviously, we have an EO that's really making things happen.
Okay, you paid me. I paid them to say that.
But we also have a team. The president now and the person that's been in as our president for the last couple of years, Vince really brought in a lot of energy with him and really, flipped things over on its head a little bit, but brought in a great team. So our board now is a very active board.
Awesome.
We are trying to really, put as much firepower behind the association as we can, because we realize right now we need the advocacy in our association. We need it on all levels of government, right here from the municipal level with, the Windsor-Essex chapter to the OHBA and, on the Ontario.
Yeah.
And then CHBA There's issues affecting housing at all levels of government, and that advocacy that we get from the association is probably more necessary in our industry than any other out there. And it's about being part of the association means that we have a voice in that. We have some control over that. And we see that. We see that in a lot of what's happening in some of the housing initiatives that have come out. We see it on the municipal level. We just had a couple big, well-attended meetings with all the mayors out. We had one with all the city planners with our municipal liaison committee. It's fantastic advocacy that our association does, and it provides a future path for our industry.
And speaking of voices, it makes it so much better to have one voice, one message, a strong voice and a strong message with that.
And that's what we're trying to do at Windsor-Essex, be that strong voice in our chapter, as well rolling up into OHBA to be that voice behind housing to fix the supply issue that we currently have and make sure that our kids have viable homes in the future to go to.
And along the way, we take you on a Parade of Homes tour and show you amazing houses as well. There we go.
Sounds pretty good to me.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much. And we've got on the screen right here, easy to contact Brent or someone at the BK Cornerstone team. Someone will be more than happy to chat with you. And once again, always a pleasure.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Melissa.
Always a pleasure. And thank you again for tuning in to another Parade of Homes tour on the Windsor-Essex Home Builders Association channel.